22nd of February, Rabbi Levitt, Gemora.
So this is Tobadek Mitzvahs. Where can this be found? It's in the middle of the page. Oh, it's well, it's in the middle of the page, but it's on the last. It's the last word of the line over here. The line, the first word in the line is lay. Amanas Davidna, lachnaich the nafsha. Lo aviditi lach. So therefore, shakal Torah v'zio. Now we have the next case of Toa b'derech mitzosi. Does anybody see where this is in your Gemora?
Oh yes, this is Torah b'derech mitzosi.
Yeah, that's it.
Yep, which means I found it wandering on the road. Right, so that's on the right-hand column. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lines up from the break. The break ends with the Gemara answers above that line. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So on the right-hand side of 105b2, round about the middle of the column, there's a break which has got in it the Gemara answers. So 5 lines above that. Sorry, 5 lines above that.
Okay.
Have you got that, Alan?
105B2, you said?
105b2, yes.
Okay.
You got 105b2 yet?
Almost there.
You should have a bookmark.
I did.
Or keep your hand in there until next time.
It's easier to have a bookmark, I think.
I've got a string here, bookmark as a bit of a
Fall out. Well, Art Scroll gives you a string.
A ribbon, a nice red ribbon.
A red ribbon, wow.
Have you right, Alan, with the page?
105B2 and Rabba's reply, is that what it is?
No, on the right-hand column.
Okay.
Around about the middle, there's a break, and the break starts with the Gemara answers. You got that?
Well, give me the page number again, quickly.
105b2.
Okay.
On the right-hand side.
Got it. On top. Got it.
Yeah. So if you got the Gemara answers.
Yes.
Right. So 5 lines above that.
Right.
That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. And it's Ta'er B'div Rech B'Tziv. There you are. Got that? Where the defendant replies, I found it wandering on the road.
Okay. All right.
Okay, there you are.
Toab, Baderech,
Right.
Mithosin, right?
Right.
Okay. Gemora asks from a different perspective regarding another rice cases. To'eh, Baderech, Matzah, see, where the defendant replies, I found it wandering on the road and brought it into my house. What sort of excuse is that for having the ox in his possession? Limor, Iboe law, Laha, do race, let the defendant say to him, you should have returned it to me.
Wow. Okay. But there's at least probably what 10,000, 15,000 people in Ramat Eshkol. How is he supposed to know which of those 15,000 people this horse belongs to?
Because the Ramat school of those days was probably about 100 people, and that was it.
No, there's a question here. It's not that. It's more than that I found it. If you take a look at the Rashi, and even the Art Scroll explains those words after Toeh b'derech matzato, the Yokov Labayit, and he brought it to his house. So if you found it, why didn't you give it back? That's really the question.
Yeah, but how does he know who lost it? Oh, I know. He's talking about a talking horse. The horse must have told him
I mean,
who his
Mr.
owner
He
is.
didn't know.
It's Mr. Ed, the talking horse.
There's a mark on it.
The note in the Ravad on that in the 18 in the Art Scroll says, since you knew it was my ox. You said you had a Ravad in the Rashba. There's a note in Art Scroll that he knew whose ox it was.
Uh-huh.
If he knew whose ox it is, what are you taking it home for? Why do you have to make me come get it even? You should bring it.
Let's see. Do we have a Rashi over here? Yeah. Iboy lach laduri nahali. It's about five Gemora lines above where we started reading from the word Toeh in the Rashi. See what Rashi says? Got the Rashi filled.
I read the Rashi that he has to bring it to his house. There's another one. There's another Rashi. The Rashi was a V'yoto Labaita. He brought it to his house.
When he found it, Lo hayita lecha lasufo el beisacha. You should have not brought it to your house. Why should he have not brought it to his house? Explains Rashi. Sharei, because makir hayita bo, because you knew about this animal. What did he know about that animal? He must have known that animal belongs to this person who's complaining. Ve'ein lecha ganav gadol miseh, says Rashi. You have no greater ganav than this person who found this animal wandering on the road. So there's no way to explain the words of the Gemora other than to say that the Gemora is talking about a case where the finder knows that this animal it belongs to somebody and he knows who it belongs to, and so therefore, why is he bringing it into his house? He should return it. And the fact that he brought it to his house is an indication that what he intends to do is to steal this animal, says Rashi. So that's what the Gemora's question is over here. The Gemora is saying he should have returned it to the person that he knows it belongs to. And if he didn't do that, it means that he's trying to gazel it. It's an accusation of gezela. So if so, his statement that he found it on the road and he brought it to his house, it makes it sound like the guy who was claiming that because it doesn't have an owner. It's like saying that. What exactly is the Gemora point over here? Let the guy say you should have returned it to me.
It's a challenge. It's like a challenge to the person who's a thief. It's saying,
Right.
it's questioning you. You should have brought it to me. In other words, if you really did find it, then you would have brought it to me. But since you didn't, you obviously didn't find it. You got it otherwise.
Okay, so now remember. Let's try to remember what it is that the issue over here is. The issue over here in the Gemora is that we're bringing these statements from the defendant that it says in the Brisa, and we're questioning: is there an admission that is he moda be'ikr? Right? Is there an admission in the main part of this statement that he's saying that the animal belongs to the claimant, and it doesn't belong to him? For example, the case where the claimant comes and says, "You guzzled my animal," and he says, well, "I didn't guzzle your animal," and he says, "So well, what's it doing in your backyard?" And he says, "Oh, the reason it's in my backyard is because you gave it to me to watch. You made me a shomer." So that the Gemara says that we understand that case is a case of being moda be'ikr. The defendant is in the main, he's admitting to the thrust of the claim of the claimant, which is, you got my animal. That animal belongs to me. Doesn't belong to you. And he's basically admitting, yeah, it's true. It does belong to you. Over here, in this case over here, that he's saying that he found it on the way, and Rashi says he brought it to the house. So if so, what do we say about this case? Is he being moted that this animal belongs to somebody else? Why is he bringing it into his house? If he knows who the owner is, then he should. If he's not trying to claim the animal for himself, he should give it back to the owner that he knows owns the animal. And the fact that he didn't do that is an indication that his statement is a statement of denying that somebody else other than himself owns the animal. It sounds like he's saying, I don't know. He's saying I found the animal, but he's not saying that it belongs to him. But he brought it into the house. And
you say that maybe you didn't have enough time to give it back, or it was too late in the evening or something, and he wanted to protect the animal, couldn't leave it running around, and he intended to give it to him in the morning. It's something like that. Can you say that? Can you give that as an excuse?
Well, that's if that's really true, but the claimant is saying the way Rashi is explaining the story, the claimant is saying that you should have returned it to me, meaning to say, I would understand that it was it was 10:30 in the morning that he found the animal. He's got plenty of time to get on a bus with the animal, and as long as the bus
I
driver
deserve that.
doesn't mind, maybe he'll charge him. He'll say you got to pay 2 fares, one for you and one for the animal, and then hey, does that animal have a bus car? He doesn't have a Rav-Kav.
Oh,
So anyway, however, maybe he'll have to figure out how he's going to get the animal over to return it to the owner. But he's got plenty of time to do so. So the fact that he did not, but he did, but what? But he in other words, is this guy admitting when he says that what he's saying, is he admitting that really he's a Goslin? Is he admitting that this animal doesn't belong to him? That's the question. If it's true that he knows who the animal belongs to and he should have given it back to him, I don't know whether it sounds to me like he's trying to steal it, like he's trying to deny the fact that it belongs to somebody else. So I would understand that if so, I don't know. It's a bit of a difficult case to understand.
The art scroll, it said that since you knew that it was my ox, compared that with Ravad and Rashba, since you knew it was my ox, you had no right to take it into your house. How can the Brisa cite this as an illustration of a defendant's denial of a charge of theft when there is no greater act of thievery than what he claims to have done, says Rashi.
Okay, so what happened over here? The claimant says, "You're a Goslin. You guzzled my animal," and he says, "What? I found this animal wandering on the road, and so that's what he says." So Rashi's adding to the story that the claimant is saying, you knew that this animal belonged to me. So if in fact the guy is saying, oh, I found this animal and I didn't know who to give it back to, so in the meantime I brought it into my house. What that amounts to isn't the guy saying that on the one hand, he's not saying that he knows that this guy who's claiming that it's his animal, he's not saying that guy is the owner. He's saying he doesn't know that person is the owner. He doesn't admit that he's the owner. On the other hand, he doesn't seem to be claiming that it's his either. He said he found it. Is that the way you would describe your own animal? If you say, I found an animal and I brought it into my house, unless you say you thought that it was an ownerless animal. The guy said, you knew that the animal belonged to me. So if he's taking it and putting it in his house, isn't that a denial of the ownership of the owner of this animal.
I think that another sort of minor factor, perhaps, I don't know, is time. By the time he gets to the Sanhedrin, to the court, the accuser, a few days must have gone by. It wouldn't have happened immediately. And if that is so, that a few days had gone by, then certainly there's a big question about why wasn't it returned? Why wasn't the owner notified? Why didn't the person say, "Look, I've got your animal in my front garden. I found it, but you can leave it there as long as you like. But I would like to get rid of it. I don't need all that fertilizer." But so if it was just a few hours, an hour or two, then the Gazlan might have a case that he could.
Okay, I want to make a point over here. Even though it's true that the Gemora is saying that is saying that let the claimant say to this guy, "You knew that this animal belonged to me. You should have returned it to me." Now, one might incorrectly think that what the Gemora's issue over here is whether this guy was remiss in returning the animal to the owner. One might very well make a mistake and think that the question is, did he do right in giving it to putting it in his garage, or should he have given it to should he have gotten on the bus right away on the way to the house of the owner that he knows owns this animal? But to tell you the truth, that's not the issue that the Gemora is dealing with. That's not what the Gemora is trying to figure out. The Gemora is trying to figure out the same thing that it was trying to figure out in the last few cases. And what was that? Whether the statement, what?
Whether the admission of guilt.
Whether this statement that the guy is making amounts to a kfira of the mammon completely.
What's that mean?
Whether the statement of the Gazlan amounts to a total denial of the owner's ownership of this animal, or whether, even if he may be lying and making a partial denial, but he's basically admitting to the claim of the claimant that this animal does not belong to him, the Gazlan, but it belongs to the claimant that owns the animal. And why does the Gemora want to know this? Why is that the issue of the Gemora? Because the Brisa is saying that in this case, he's not going to have to, when he admits at the end of the day that he really was a Gazlan and he swore falsely to this whole story that he's saying over here, nevertheless, he's not going to have to bring a korban asham for making a false shvua, because he was moda be'ikr. He admitted in his statement contained admission that the animal is not his and it belongs to the claimants. That's the issue that the Gemora is dealing with over here. So the words of the Gemora he should have complained to the that you know that this animal belongs to me. You should have given it back to me. It's not really the issue of the Gemora whether he was remiss in immediately giving it back to the owner. the issue is we're trying to figure out, based upon the denial, that the defendant made, is it a denial of the owner's ownership of the animal or not? Even though he's denying the fact that he was a goslin, right? He's saying, "Oh, I found it wandering on the road." That's what he's saying. Now we know that that's a big fat lie. He guzzled it, and he's going to admit that. He's going to admit that later on, that he lied, and that he swore falsely too. But in the meantime, when he's denying, he said, "Oh, I found it wandering on the road. Found this animal wandering on the road, and so I not knowing what to do with this animal, because I didn't know who owns it. I brought it into my house and like that." So does that amount to a denial of the owner's ownership of this animal? That's the issue that the Gemora is dealing with. Okay, let's take a look at the in other words, one could understand that what Rashi is saying is that really in the main, the guy is basically admitted that he's a goslin, because he really does know what he should do with the animal, because he knows that the animal belongs to this guy, and this that he's saying that he found it, etc., and he brought it into his house, is really amounts to an admission that he's a goslin, meaning that it doesn't belong to him and it does belong to the other guy. And if so that's the Gemora's question, that if so, then what? Then let's take a look at the answer. Let's take a look at what Abu Shmuel says. Whose turn?
I read it at Alan, if he wants to. Alan? Blue's not available.
Okay.
Alan? Alan's head down. All right. Do you want to
take
read it, Phil?
Phil, Phil, you can read this, because you don't have a Rashi after this on this answer. What is he saying here, Abu Shmuel?
When he says, this is Arma Avua Shmuel. This is the father of Shmuel. Amor, that he said what he said. Shuat Aveda Matzapti, made a shua of a lost thing that I found. So that's what I found. I found something that's lost. I had lost my place. I had it for a second. Veda. Below and I didn't know. And I didn't know it was yours. That I should return it to you. So he's denying there's a whole denial about I'm finding it. So it's not really I knew it was your item.
And he made this is his shavua. Abu Shmuel is saying this is the shvua that he swore to. He's swearing that he found this Aveda, meaning it was lost, meaning it doesn't belong to him. But on the other hand, lo ha'isi odea shehi shalcha. I did not know that it belonged to you. Shaksi ran that would have obligated me to return it to you at the first opportunity. That's his shvur that he's making. So
So he's
This is a
admitting it's not his.
he's admitting that it's not his. Yes, because he said that he found an Aveda.
Mhm.
If something belongs to you, you don't say, "I found this lost item."
Hmm. Good.
But here he's swearing to the fact that he did not know that the animal belonged to the claimant.
Just a moment. You just said he's swearing to the fact that we still don't know that, or is because he's swearing.
No, leave the fact out of it. These are the words that he's taking the shvur on.
Mhm.
He's claiming he's making a shvur that this what he says is true. What's true that he's swearing to is, number one, that he found this lost animal.
Just a minute. Wouldn't it? Aren't we wondering whether he stole it? He didn't actually find it, did he? We still don't know whether he stole it.
Right, but
He's saying what he's saying here
yeah,
is he's giving a shavua, which is a very serious matter,
yeah, right.
and we have to abide by that, sure. But even if we don't believe it,
Okay, see the point over here again. The point over here is that when he's making this shvua, and these are the words of the shvua that he said, so he's denying that he stole it. He's denying that he stole it from the claimants. He's denying that he stole it from the claimant. So if he's denying that he stole it from the claimant and he's saying that he found it, isn't that a denial of the animal's isn't it a denial that the claimant owns the animal? He's saying, I didn't steal it from you. I found it.
no, he hasn't. No, he hasn't connected. Oh, I suppose he said, I didn't know it was yours. So now he connects it.
I didn't know that it was yours.
So now he admits that it's the claimant's.
Ah, well, that like that. So with that he's saying, if he says, I didn't know that this was yours, that I should return it to you, he's admitting that it does belong to the other person?
I think so. If that's what the translation is. I didn't know that it was yours, so here, take it.
Wow.
I didn't steal it, so that charge can be dropped. But I did find it, and I didn't know where to return it because I didn't know that it was yours. Now I know that it's yours. You can have it.
Mm-hmm. So you're saying he's admitting, well, if he's admitting that it belongs to the owner, so then there is in his statement, even though he's denying that he guzzled, he's denying that he's a goslin, but there is an admission that that the animal does not belong to him, but it belongs to the person who's claiming it.
That's the concept of moda. There's always he study
Yeah.
moda.
If
He
so,
is
then
agreed.
then that'll be the answer that Shmuel is giving, that he's admitting that that this claimant who claims that he should have given it back to him because he knew that it belonged to him, he's saying, I didn't know that it belonged to you. So in those words, I didn't know that it belonged to you, would seem to be an admission that okay, so I accept the fact that it belonged to you, but you have to know that that I didn't know that. I didn't know that it belonged to you. If I had known that it belonged to you, I would have given it back to you. So since in those words,
Sorry, you just muted yourself.
Oh.
It's better. So
since in those words that he says, if I had known, I didn't know that it was yours, that I should return it, such that I would have returned it to you. No, I didn't know that it was yours, and therefore I didn't return it to you. So that it belongs to this person,
Modeva.
right? So that's what Avud Shmuel is adding over here. But before Avud Shmuel comes along and says that this was what the Shua was, the Gemora was saying, where's the Moda Be'ikr over here? Where is the admission of the Goslin that this animal belongs to the owner? And like Rashi said, he's not admitting that the owner owns it. He's ein Goslin gadol mizeh. There's no greater Goslin than this person. He took the animal and he knew it didn't belong to him, and he found it somewhere and he brought it home as though to say, oh, I can keep this now. But I'm not admitting it belongs to you. So that was that. So we didn't see in that case any admission that the Goslin made that it was owned by the claimant. And now with Avud Shmuel coming along and saying that he's saying, oh, I didn't know that it belonged to you. I would have returned it. that's an admission that the guy is making there, that the claimant does own the animal. Okay. Okay. We got 4 minutes. We could start the next section. Tanya, Amr Ben Azai. Who's here? Phil. Want to read?
Let me see. I just left off that. I just finished the other piece.
Oh, you just read. Okay. So
Alan,
Alan's turn. Next section, Tanya. Amr Ben Azai.
the last paragraph,
105B3. What's the spot? No, what is it? What's the-
105B2, the last paragraph on the right-hand side. The Gemara turns to the law of witnesses who falsely deny under oath. (105B2),
Right,
right-hand side,
right,
down the bottom.
right. It was, Tanya, okay. Tanya, it was taught in a brisa. Omar Ben Azai said, Shalosh Shalos Hain. There are false oaths uttered by a witness to the status of a lost article. These occur when he swears that he has no information regarding the lost article. He can abor below the most air. Yet, in fact, he had recognized the lost article, but not its finder. The or he had recognized its finder, but not the article itself. Low bore below the most or he had recognized neither it or nor its finder.
Okay. That's it. Very good. Okay, so we'll continue tomorrow, Bezos Hashem.
Oh yeah, I'm going away for a week and a little bit, so I won't be here for a while. Okay, and I'm
Oh, you're going away for how long?
week and a bit, week and a day or something like that. I'm leaving tonight. I'm going to Florida.
Oh, okay. Have a safe trip. Have an enjoyable trip, Phil.
So I did submit the article to Lou this week for the newsletter, but next week I won't because I'll be away. I won't be on the computer to do it.
Oh, okay.
All right.
You could, if you want, you could look up Robert Lefkowitz in Orlando, Florida.
I'm going to other parts.
Oh, you're not going there. Okay.
Okay.
All the best. Everybody have a great day.
Be well, Phil. Have a good trip,
A good trip to Phil.
and we'll miss you. We'll miss you.
Thanks, Shalom.
We need
Welcome
you.
to Shalom. We'll miss you. Yeah.
Yeah, thanks.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. See you. Bye.
Bye, Roy.
All right. See you tomorrow, Nat Hashem.
Not Hashem.